What if your problem isn't lack of focus, but too much potential? What if quitting was never your issue? What if the real problem is that you have too many things you could win at? You look at your life and see 10 paths. All of them feel like you. You're not afraid of work, you're paralyzed by choice. You learn fast. You connect ideas others miss. Your mind keeps expanding, but your income stays stuck. Why? They call you a jack of all trades. And somehow, your greatest strength became your financial weakness. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Having too many interests isn't the problem. Not knowing how to turn them into money is. Today, I'll show you a modern wealth model built for people who were never meant to be just one thing. And once you see it, you'll realize why the old advice was keeping you broke. You've probably been told that having too many interests is a weakness. Like you're all over the place or can't commit. But here's the truth most people miss. When you have multiple interests, you naturally see patterns others don't. That's not chaos, that's advanced financial psychology in action. People who connect dots faster tend to adapt better, and adaptation is one of the strongest money habits you can build in a changing economy. This is where real financial education starts, by reframing how you see yourself, not by following generic finance tips. When you step back and look at your interests as data points instead of distractions, you start seeing leverage. Think about movies like The Social Network. Zuckerberg didn't just love coding, he understood people, status, and systems. You're at a similar spot. Your curiosity gives you more angles on how to make money, especially when you combine personal finance awareness with pattern recognition. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, the smarter question becomes where do these interests overlap with value? Here's a practical move you can do today. Write down every interest you've had in the last 5 years, then circle the ones that solve real problems for other people. Teaching, organizing, explaining, designing, analyzing, these are monetizable skills hiding in plain sight. If even one of those skills can generate $10 a day, that's $300 a month, $3,600 a year. Small numbers, yes, but they train your money mindset to focus on execution, not overwhelm. That's how strong money habits are built. This is also where personal finance stops being abstract and becomes emotional. When you realize your interests can pay bills, even partially, your stress level drops and your confidence spikes. You're no longer waiting for the one thing to save you. You're building optionality. Just like in Moneyball, the advantage isn't flashy talent, it's knowing where hidden value lives and acting before everyone else catches on. Once you stop calling your curiosity a problem, the next challenge becomes choosing where to aim first, because you don't need to monetize everything at once. And that raises a powerful question. How do you pick one interest that makes money now without letting it define your entire identity? That's exactly what you'll see in the next step. Here's where most people get stuck. You think choosing one interest means giving up the rest. It doesn't. You're not picking a life sentence, you're picking a funding source. This is a core rule in financial psychology, separating who you are from how you make money. Right now, your goal isn't self-expression, it's cash flow. Strong money habits start when you let one skill pay the bills so the others can breathe without pressure. Think about shows like Breaking Bad, not for the illegal stuff, but for the structure. Walter didn't start with "this defines me," he started with "this solves a financial problem." You're doing the same, just legally and ethically. You choose the interest that can generate income in the next 30 to 90 days, not the one that feels the most romantic. That's real financial education, short-term income first, long-term freedom later. A practical way to choose is simple. Ask which interest solves a painful problem for a specific group of people right now. Teaching basic budgeting, helping small businesses with social media, simplifying complex topics, these are proven paths to how to make money quickly. If you can help someone save $500, make $1,000, or save 5 hours a week, they'll gladly pay you $50 or $100. This is personal finance logic applied to real life, not theory. Once you pick that one interest, you treat it like a job, not a passion project. You set weekly targets, track income, and reinvest your first profits instead of upgrading your lifestyle. If you make $500 a month from it and save half, in 1 year you've built a $3,000 buffer. That buffer changes your money mindset because now you're operating from choice, not desperation. When one interest starts paying consistently, something shifts mentally. You stop chasing everything at once and start thinking strategically. And that naturally leads to the next question: what happens when you combine interests instead of choosing between them? That's where income really accelerates, and that's exactly what you'll explore next. This is where things start getting interesting, because money rarely comes from isolated skills, it comes from intersections. When you combine two interests, you stop competing with everyone and start standing alone. That's a powerful shift in financial psychology. Instead of asking how do I get better than others, you ask how do I become different. That mindset alone changes how you approach personal finance and long-term income. Think about characters in shows like Suits. Mike isn't just smart, he combines memory, psychology, and law to create leverage. You can do the same. If you like fitness and social media, you don't need to be the best trainer, you can be the best at explaining fitness online. If you enjoy finance tips and teaching, you don't need to be a Wall Street expert, you just need to help beginners understand money habits in plain English. This is how to make money by standing in a smaller, more profitable lane. A concrete exercise you can do today: write down two interests and ask, what problem does this combo solve? Finance plus storytelling could become YouTube scripts. Design plus marketing could turn into high-converting landing pages. Even a $50 service sold twice a week becomes $400 a month, or nearly $5,000 a year. These numbers aren't flashy, but they train your money mindset to respect consistency over hype, which is core financial education. This strategy also protects you emotionally. When one market slows down, your blended skill still holds value because it's adaptable. That's how smart money habits reduce risk. Just like in The Big Short, the winners weren't louder, they understood systems better. You're doing the same by building skills that flex across industries instead of tying your income to a single fragile identity. Once you experience your first win from a combined skill, you'll feel the urge to test more ideas. But testing without structure leads to burnout. So the real question becomes, how do you experiment fast, fail safely, and learn without killing your confidence? That's exactly what the next step is all about. One of the biggest money mistakes you can make isn't failing, it's staying too long in something that clearly isn't working. Smart financial psychology teaches you to detach your ego from your experiments. When you test fast, you're not being flaky, you're being strategic. Strong money habits come from treating ideas like data, not like personal judgments. This is how real financial education looks in the real world. Think of shows like Shark Tank. The entrepreneurs who win aren't the ones emotionally married to their idea, they're the ones who listen, adapt, and pivot quickly. You can apply the same logic to how to make money. Give each idea a clear window, 30 to 60 days, with one measurable goal, like your first sale, first client, or first $100. If it hits, you scale. If it doesn't, you extract lessons and move on without guilt. Here's a simple testing framework you can use: one offer, one audience, one channel. For example, offer a $49 coaching call, target beginners, and promote through one platform like Instagram or Reddit. Track responses, not likes. Even a failed test teaches you pricing, messaging, and demand, skills that directly improve your personal finance outcomes long term. Every test sharpens your money mindset, whether it works or not. Quitting fast also protects your energy, which is a hidden financial asset. Burnout kills creativity, and creativity is how you stay relevant. Just like in the social network, early experiments weren't perfect, but speed mattered more than polish. You're training yourself to make decisions based on signals, not fear, which compounds into better income decisions over time. Once you get comfortable testing and learning fast, something powerful happens. You realize you already have value in what you're learning right now. And that naturally leads to the next move: how to turn your learning process into income without waiting to be an expert. That's exactly where we're headed next. You don't need to be an expert to start making money, you just need to be one step ahead of someone else. This is one of the most misunderstood ideas in financial psychology. While most people wait for permission, you can monetize your learning process in real time. That's how modern personal finance works: speed beats perfection, and clarity beats credentials. This shift alone upgrades your money mindset fast. Think about platforms like YouTube or Substack, or even characters in shows like Ted Lasso. Ted didn't know everything about soccer, but his learning journey created trust. You can do the same with finance tips, money habits, or financial education. If you're learning budgeting, investing basics, or debt payoff strategies, document what's working for you and explain it in simple terms. Beginners don't want gurus, they want someone who remembers the struggle. A practical move: pick one thing you're learning right now and share it daily for 30 days. That could be short posts, emails, or videos explaining one concept at a time, like how to automate savings or track spending without stress. If just 1% of your audience buys a $29 guide, and 100 people follow you, that's almost $300 from knowledge you were already acquiring. This is how to make money by stacking effort, not adding more work. This approach also reinforces powerful money habits. Teaching forces clarity, and clarity improves decision-making. Over time, you'll notice your confidence grow because your personal finance knowledge isn't theoretical anymore, it's tested in public. Just like in The Karate Kid, repetition and fundamentals create mastery, even when progress feels slow at first. Once you realize learning itself can generate income, the next challenge becomes focus. Because monetizing everything at once leads to dilution. So the real question is, how do you lock in one simple, stable income stream before expanding further? That's the next move, and it's the one most people skip. Here's a hard truth most people skip in personal finance: freedom doesn't come from multiple ideas, it comes from one idea that actually works. Before you expand, you need something stable. This is a core rule in financial psychology: your brain performs better when there's predictability. One simple income stream, even a small one, creates mental space, better decisions, and stronger money habits over time. Think about shows like The Office. Jim didn't quit everything at once, he kept stability while experimenting on the side. You should do the same. If you can build one stream that brings in $500 a month consistently, that's $6,000 a year. That might cover rent, groceries, or debt payments, and suddenly your stress drops. That's how financial education becomes real life, not just theory. A practical structure works best here: one offer, one audience, one price. For example, a $99 service sold 5 times a month is almost $500. Or a digital product that sells twice a week at $25 becomes over $2,500 a year. This is how to make money without burning yourself out. You're not chasing scale yet, you're building proof and discipline, 2 essential money habits. Consistency beats intensity every time. When income becomes predictable, your money mindset shifts from survival to strategy. You start thinking about savings, reinvestment, and long-term personal finance goals instead of scrambling. Just like in Rocky, the win didn't come from flashy moves, it came from showing up daily and stacking small wins. Once you feel that stability under your feet, something changes internally. You stop asking, "Can I do this?" and start asking, "How do I use this platform to help more people?" And that opens the door to the final, deeper layer: understanding why your abilities exist in the first place, and how serving others multiplies income in unexpected ways. At some point, money stops being just numbers and starts becoming meaning. This is where financial psychology meets purpose. You weren't given multiple gifts to feel confused or scattered, you were given them to solve problems for real people. When you align your skills with service, income becomes a natural byproduct. That's why the Bible says, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established." This isn't just faith, it's a timeless personal finance principle. Think about movies like Hacksaw Ridge. The main character didn't fit the standard mold, but his unique convictions saved lives. You're the same way. Your mix of interests gives you a perspective someone else desperately needs. When you use finance tips, teaching, creativity, or analysis to genuinely help people improve their money habits, trust forms fast. And trust is the real currency behind how to make money long-term. A practical way to apply this: ask yourself if you're best equipped to help right now. Beginners drowning in debt? Creators who don't understand personal finance? Families trying to build stability? If you help someone increase their income by $1,000 or reduce stress around money, charging $100 is more than fair. This is financial education rooted in impact, not hype. Serving others also stabilizes your mindset during hard seasons. When income fluctuates, purpose keeps you grounded. Just like in It's a Wonderful Life, the value wasn't just wealth, it was contribution. Over time, this approach compounds into stronger money habits, clearer decisions, and a deeper sense of fulfillment that most people never reach. When you realize your income can be an extension of service, not ego, you unlock a model of wealth that's sustainable and peaceful. And now that you've seen how interests, income, systems, and purpose align, the real question becomes, how do you pull all of this together into one modern, repeatable wealth model? That's exactly where the introduction will take you next. Remember how overwhelming it felt to have too many interests and no clear financial direction? That constant feeling of starting, stopping, and doubting yourself? Now you see it differently. You understand that your curiosity isn't chaos, it's leverage. You've already started breaking the cycle by learning how to organize your ideas, build better money habits, and apply financial psychology in a way that actually fits your life. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about finally using what you already have to create stability and confidence. If this is clicking for you, make sure you don't lose momentum. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss finance tips that can genuinely transform your relationship with money. Every video here is designed to help you understand personal finance in a simple, practical way, how to make money, protect it, and grow it without stress or confusion. Staying consistent with the right financial education is how real change sticks. Now here's the part most people wait too long to do, taking the next step with intention. If you're ready to go deeper and want a clear framework to align your mind, habits, and income, there's a resource that pulls all of this together: Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life. Inside, you'll learn how to create simple passive income streams, eliminate financial overwhelm, build disciplined money habits, and maintain mental clarity even under financial pressure. This isn't theory, it's a practical system you can apply immediately. If you feel that inner nudge, don't ignore it. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment and take control of your money mindset before another month goes by on autopilot.